I'm so glad you're here tonight, ready to step gently away from the noise of the day and let yourself be carried into a quieter world. This channel is your safe carriage into dreams, a place where every story is told slowly, softly, and always with your rest in mind. If this is your first visit, I warmly invite you to press subscribe so that each evening you will find a new story waiting for you. Think of it as a gentle ritual, a familiar companion at the close of the day, reminding you that you are cared for and that rest will arrive naturally. Tonight our journey begins in Budapest, inside a great hall of glass and iron, where the air itself carries the echo of footsteps and the murmur of travelers. The station rises around you like a cathedral, its high arches holding both the past and the present in quiet balance. Shadows and lamplight mingle across polished stone, and the scent of coffee drifts faintly from a distant kiosk. At the far end of the platform, a night train waits in deep green livery, its windows glowing warmly against the dark. As you approach, the carriages breathe with soft hisses of steam, as though preparing themselves for rest as much as for travel. You climb aboard, step into the hush of a small cabin, and find your seat upholstered in soft fabric the color of moss. A single lamp glows on the wall, casting a pool of amber light, patient and steady. This is the beginning of the night train from Budapest, a journey through city streets, countryside fields, and starlit rivers. A journey that will hold you as gently as sleep itself. Before we let the train carry us into the night, take a moment to let your body arrive, to settle into stillness. Draw in a long, slow breath through your nose. Feel the cool air fill your lungs, steady and calm. Hold it for a quiet heartbeat, and then exhale gently, longer than the inhale, as if you were already releasing the weight of the day. Again, inhale slowly, deeply, and exhale, letting your shoulders drop, as though you've placed down a heavy bag you no longer need to carry. Now, bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Imagine a soft wave of ease brushing across your scalp, loosening thoughts, smoothing the space between them. That wave drifts down your forehead, softening the muscles around your eyes. Your eyelids grow heavier, comfortable, as though preparing to close at their own pace. Your jaw unclenches, your lips part slightly, the tongue rests gently, your face open and calm. With the next breath, your shoulders fall lower, no longer carrying the hours behind you. Your arms rest by your sides, heavy and warm. Your hands soften, fingers loose, each one a small exhale of its own. Notice your chest rising and falling, with a rhythm steady as the train's wheels. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Beneath it, your belly loosens, releasing into comfort. Let this comfort spread downward through your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves. With every breath, your legs grow heavier, sinking into the seat's embrace. Finally, your feet rest fully, steady and still, as though the floor of the cabin itself has agreed to hold you. Around you, imagine the hush of the station settling into night, the faint clink of glass in the cafe, the muted call of a conductor, the distant rustle of luggage, all fading like waves against a shore. Inside your cabin, the lamp glows warmly, the seat cradles you, and the world has already begun to slow. You are safe, you are here, and the train is ready to carry you, not only across the country, but gently into sleep. The train gives a soft shudder, then begins to move, slowly at first, almost as though it is remembering how. Beyond your window, the great hall of the station glides past, its arches, its iron beams, its lamps burning like constellations of their own. The echoes of voices soften, the platform drifts away, and the night outside receives you gently. Budapest at night is a river of light. Street lamps thread their way along boulevards, each one casting a pool of amber onto the pavement. Below, cafes still glow, their windows offering glimpses of laughter, of spoons against porcelain, of books opened late. Bridges rise across the Danube, their cables and arches traced with rows of lamps, each reflection stretched and trembling on the black water. The train hums steadily now, wheels striking their rhythm. Click, pause, click, pause. A pattern that already begins to feel like a lullaby. Houses pass with their windows lit, then streets narrow into courtyards. Then the city begins to fade, towers and chimneys silhouette against the last violet haze of the horizon, then give way to the long open dark of fields. Inside the cabin, the lamp continues its steady glow. A silver teapot waits on the small fold-down table, beside 2 cups, their porcelain thin and fine. The air is scented faintly with bergamot, as though the tea has been brewed here before you even arrived. You lift the lid gently. Steam curls up, rising toward the light, carrying warmth and comfort into the small room. The seat beneath you sways with the motion of the train, not unsteady, but tender, reminding you that you are being carried. Outside, the countryside begins to unfold. Patches of moonlight scattered across empty fields. A lone farmhouse glowing in the distance. A line of poplars swaying. The night itself is still. Everything is slower now. The city behind you sighs itself into silence. And the world ahead opens like a long, quiet book. The train settles into its rhythm, carrying you further into the Hungarian night. The silver teapot gleams faintly on the table, and when you pour, the tea unfurls its warmth into the cup. Steam rises in elegant spirals, drifting toward the lamps, glow before dissolving into the air. You take a sip, and the flavor is gentle but deep. Bergamot, citrus, and something floral, like a memory you can taste. It settles warmly in your chest, softening the edges of thought. Through the window, the last traces of the city vanish. In their place, villages appear briefly and then fade again. A cluster of cottages glows with soft yellow squares of light, each window a quiet story of its own. A church spire lifts itself toward the moon, the bell within silent at this hour, its stillness as eloquent as any sound. Fields stretch wide on either side of the tracks, a patchwork of darkness and silver where the moonlight falls. Occasionally a river slides into view, glinting like a long ribbon drawn carefully across the land. The train crosses a bridge, and for a moment you feel suspended between sky and water, the reflection of stars trembling just beneath you. Inside, the corridor carries its own gentle music. A book page turns with a soft flick. Someone's laughter drifts briefly, muffled and kind. The footsteps of the conductor echo faintly, measured and certain, reassuring in their steadiness. Every sound is part of the same composition, unhurried, perfectly timed. You lean back into the cushioned seat, the sway of the carriage a cradle, the hum of the rails beneath you is steady, patient, unchanging. The countryside passes by like a dream. Villages, rivers, spires, bridges, all flowing together. A single story told without urgency. Here, in this moving room of lamplight and warmth, you realize you're no longer traveling to somewhere. You're traveling into rest itself. The train glides onward, steady as breath. Outside, the landscape unfolds in fragments, each one appearing only long enough to leave its imprint before yielding to the next. A grove of trees drifts past, their bare branches written across the moonlit sky like delicate calligraphy. Then, a stretch of meadow follows, silvered with frost. The grass is bending gently, as though bowing to the night. From the window, you catch the shimmer of water once more, a wide river curving slowly through the land. Its surface mirrors the moon so perfectly that for a moment it looks as though two moons keep watch, one above, one below. The bridge across it rises with quiet dignity, the stone arches glowing faintly in the lamplight placed along its span. As the train crosses, you feel the hush deepen, as though even the wheels have softened their voices to respect the silence of the water. Inside the carriage, the little world of the train continues its gentle conversation. A man passes your door, humming faintly to himself, his tune weaving seamlessly with the rhythm of the wheels. Somewhere further down the corridor, a child's laughter bursts briefly, only to be folded quickly back into the calm. The conductor's keys jingle softly as he moves, a subtle reassurance that everything is as it should be. The air in your cabin is warm and fragrant with tea. The lamp glows, turning shadows into companions rather than strangers. You feel the sway of the train more clearly now, its rocking motion a cradle that holds you with infinite patience. Every tilt, every hum is a reminder that you are being carried. As you watch the fields and rivers slip by, time itself begins to loosen. Minutes lose their sharp edges, blending into one another the way moonlight blends into water. You are no longer measuring the journey. You are resting within it, as though the train is not taking you through the night, but into the very heart of rest. The train slows as it approaches a small station, tucked deep within the countryside. Its clock tower rises gently into the night, each face illuminated with pale light that gleams like a steady star above the village. The platform is quiet, almost reverent, as though the whole town has agreed to sleep while this brief exchange takes place. The doors open with a sigh, and a few passengers step down, their breath visible in the crisp air. They move unhurriedly, boots striking softly against the worn wooden planks. From the open doorways drifts the scent of cold stone, of pine from the surrounding hills, and of distant smoke curling from unseen chimneys. For a moment, all of it mingles with the warmth of the train, creating a contrast that feels like a memory you didn't know you had. A handful of travelers climb aboard, carrying with them small suitcases and the hush of the night air. Their coats whisper as they brush past one another, their faces softened by fatigue but calm in expression. One pauses briefly to adjust a scarf. Another offers a quiet nod to the conductor, who answers with a smile and the gentle click of his punch. Through your window, you watch the lanterns of the station sway faintly in the breeze. light reflects on the rails, making them gleam like silver ribbons stretching out into the distance. Somewhere far off, a dog barks once, then the sound fades quickly, absorbed into the folds of night. The whistle blows, not sharply, but with a low, drawn-out tone, like a sigh released into the air. The train begins to move again, slowly at first, then with its steady rhythm restored. The little station recedes into the dark, its clock face shining until the trees close gently around it. Soon it is gone, folded back into the night, as though it had only appeared to remind you of how soft transitions can be. Back inside your cabin, the lamp glows steadily, your tea waits quietly, and the rhythm of the wheels resumes. Faithful, patient, guiding, the countryside opens wide again, and the train glides into its steady rhythm, carrying you deeper into the folds of night. Fields give way to gentle hills, their silhouettes softened beneath the moon, each curve of the land like a quiet breath, rising and falling. Here and there, clusters of trees stand in patient company, their branches etched against the stars, black lace laid across the silver light. Inside your cabin, the air feels warmer now, heavier with rest. You lower the lamp a notch, and the glow shifts into something softer, amber spilling into gold, shadow blending seamlessly with light. The teapot is nearly empty, but its fragrance lingers, woven into the very fabric of the room. You reach up to release the narrow berth from the wall. It unfolds with a muted click, lowering itself as though bowing politely. The mattress is firm but welcoming. The sheets cool to your touch. When you draw the blanket across it, you catch the faint scent of lavender, a reminder that rest has been prepared for you long before you arrived. Outside, the train carries on with infinite patience. It crosses a river you cannot see but can sense. The shift in sound unmistakable, wheels echoing softly over iron and stone. Then the track rises slightly, and for a moment you feel the tilt, the gentle pull, as though the train is whispering, "Trust me, I know the way." You place your belongings carefully on the seat, then sit at the edge of the berth. Removing your shoes, you notice how light your feet feel. Freed from the day's journey, you slide beneath the blanket, the coolness yielding quickly to warmth, and the sway of the carriage begins its tender rocking. The wheels sing their endless song beneath you. Click, pause, click, pause. A rhythm as steady as breath, as steady as sleep. Shadows drift across the cabin walls, gentle companions drawn by the lamp's final light. In this small moving room, you are no longer a traveler. You are simply someone being carried safely and quietly through the night. The lamp beside your berth is lowered once more, until only the faintest halo of light remains. Its glow is no longer for seeing, but for keeping company. A quiet reminder that you are not alone as the night deepens. The rest of the cabin melts into shadow, softened by the steady rocking of the train. Outside, the countryside drifts past unseen. A forest gathers on either side of the tracks, its dark branches arching overhead like a vaulted ceiling, leaves whispering only to the moon. Beyond the trees, a hill rises, then falls away again, and in the distance a river glimmers faintly, catching the stars in its current before carrying them onward. Each new scene folds into the next, until they are less places and more dreamscapes. each one dissolving into rest. The sound of the wheels becomes the only measure of time. Click, pause, click, pause. Like the heartbeat of the earth itself, steady and certain. Each note of that rhythm gathers you closer to sleep. The conductor's steps have quieted, the corridors are hushed, and even the murmurs of fellow passengers have dissolved into silence. The whole train has surrendered to the night, a long cradle rocking gently across the land. Beneath the blanket, your body grows heavier, each breath slower, longer. Inhale, cool and calm. Exhale, soft and releasing. The sway of the carriage carries you deeper still, as though sleep itself has climbed aboard and taken its place beside you. The last of the lamplight flickers once, then steadies. The train moves on, patient as ever, carrying you not toward a destination, but into the deep, quiet country of dreams. You are safe, you are held, and as the rhythm continues, click, pause, click, pause, you drift away, peacefully, into sleep.